Hey bot builders, I'm Gordy from Botpress and we are back with our recipe bot built using the amazing generative AI features of the new Botpress Cloud Studio. In the last video, we focused on our capture cards here and making them a bit more robust against the unexpected things that users can say to our bot. In this video, I want to do the same, but for our AI tasks and make sure that they are also robust against unexpected things that users can say. What kinds of unexpected things can the users say? Well, let me show you. We'll start a new conversation. We asked our recipe bot for a recipe, but it's not really the kind of recipe this bot is designed to know. It's a recipe for Minecraft where our database is full of food recipes. We need to make the AI understand the difference between something that is in the domain of our database and something that is not. The stakes are quite low with this API because the Spoonacular API is free, but if we were using a paid API that charged us every time we made a call, well, the stakes are a bit higher. I've added a short classification task to the top of our AI prompt. Just by asking the AI to classify the user's message as food recipe or out of scope will help filter out a lot of these out of scope queries. Then we can use a transition to do some logic and create a fallback node just like we've done in our other cards. Let's do that now. And there we go. So this transition here looks to see if the bot is returning OOS or if it's returning blank. And if so, it will divert to this fallback node where we give a message to the user that what they're asking for is not a question about food. Let's give it a try. And there we go. Our bot is able to catch these out-of-scope questions. Let's move on to the next AI task. This AI task already has a little bit of a fallback built in already. We tell the bot to say, I don't know if the user asks something strange, and in general it works pretty well. However, there's one additional mode of failure that we're not compensating for with this AI task, and that is AI hallucinations. An AI hallucination happens when a large language model like ChatGPT confidently says something that is factually incorrect. There are a few ways we can help combat AI hallucinations, and the first we are already doing. We're including some factual information in the prompt to help ChatGPT understand the context of the question. However, with longer, more complicated questions, things can get a little less consistent. Let me show you. So this is a great example of an AI hallucination. Our chatbot says that the duck egg omelet has the most fat with 28 and the most calories with 337. However, if we drill down on this, the bot contradicts itself. In the first answer, it said the duck egg omelet has the most calories with 337. But in the very next answer, the bot says the bread omelet contains 825. And 825 is bigger than 337. This is a great example of an AI hallucination and what we don't want in our chatbots. One way we can combat AI hallucinations like this is with chain-of-thought reasoning. This is an innovation that was developed by Google around this time last year. It works just like your math teacher asking you to show your work on a math problem. We take a very complicated multi-part problem and break it down into smaller components, then send each of these smaller questions through the AI, and then we take all of these questions and answers and generate one final answer from them. It's a lot of steps, so let me show you the results and how it looks in Botpress. First, I'm going to change the way of the flow so that instead of going to our normal prompt, we go through chain of thought prompt, and I'm going to ask the same question. It's a little bit better, at least now it's factually correct. Let's go through this flow and break down the steps for chain of thought reasoning. This is what my chain of thought workflow looks like. The first step we do is break our complicated question down into a series of steps. This node has an AI task that does just that, and its output is saved to our steps object. For this question, we break it down into these 3 questions. Then, we take each question and run it through its own evaluation. For these nodes, we're using the same prompt that we've been using in the past videos, but instead of the user's question, we're using the question from the breakdown node that preceded it. We're using 3 steps here because I find that 3 steps is a good balance between finding the right answer and taking a long time to process. The more steps you add, you could get more accurate, or the bot could step on itself and get confused, but something that will happen is your bot will take longer to answer. So each of these nodes will take the next step and try to come up with an answer. We see the first question, which recipe has the most fat, is answered with duck egg omelet. The next question, which recipe has the most calories, is given this answer, step 2, bread omelet. And the third question, does the recipe with the most fat also have the most calories? The bot doesn't know. Why don't you know? Finally, we take all of the questions and answers and put them together and ask the AI to make a single detailed answer using all of the information present. In this case, since we didn't know the answer to step 3, it includes I don't know in the answer. And its response, the recipe here, it does have the correct information, though it might be a little bit uncertain. Chain of thought reasoning can be a powerful tool to combat AI hallucinations and help ensure that your bot is always telling the truth when users ask longer, more complicated questions. Let's get one more example so we can walk through this flow together. Here I'm asking a different question about protein and calories. Let's see the bot's reasoning in this answer. We'll open up the chain of thought object and see what our steps are. First, we break it down which recipe has the most protein, then most calories, and then ask if they're the same. Our answer to the first question is spinach mushroom omelet. Answer to the second question is bread omelet. And the answer to the third question is no. Putting them all together, the bot basically parroted the last question's answer, which is fine, and told us that no, the recipe with the most protein is spinach and the most calories is bread. Just for fun, I'm going to go back to our old way of prompting with everything done in one prompt and ask the same question. And we get a completely different answer. We say spinach mushroom has this protein. No mention of the bread omelet anywhere. And that goes to show just how effective chain of thought prompting can be with your chatbot when you're really looking for high accuracy in all of your answers. If you're thinking about using chain of thought reasoning in your chatbot, I've got great news for you. This bot will be available as a template in the new Botpress Cloud Studio, so you can get this bot up and running with just a few clicks and no bot building of your own. This is a great head start for your own chatbot projects, no matter if they're recipe related or they just want to use the same use case. It also means that we are unfortunately done with building our recipe bot, and it's in its final form right now. It's been a great time building this bot with you guys, and I really look forward to where you all will take this template and build some incredible bots in the future. Once again, I'm Gordy from Botpress, and we've been building a great new bot with the generative AI features of the Botpress Cloud Studio, and I'll see you guys in the next one.